I'm going to do something opposite as I've been doing on livestream.com, where I broadcast every day. And I'm going to start my video here for YouTube first, for Family Bible Time here, as I allow my webcam, which today is right there, pointing down to here from up there. I've got my Jesus sticks. You'll see what I'm talking about when I allow this and the video camera gets activated there. Well, the screen needs to be dusted, doesn't it? See, there's the Jesus. Alright, so now we're on live stream, although I'm not broadcasting live yet. Alright, I'll start it up here. Welcome. Here's a thoughts video about chapter 22 of 2nd Chronicles. You know, if you look at the genealogy at the beginning of Matthew, and as you go through the Bible, try to follow along. You know, we know Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, of course, Judah, Pharez, and Zara of Tamar, Zerah, you know, of Tamar, Pharez and Ezram, and all those guys. You know, we know it. And then, of course, down here, Ruth, Obed, Jesse, David, Solomon, Rehoboam, Abiah. You know, you follow down through Jehoshaphat. We've read these names. Asa, 2nd Chronicles 14 through 16. Jehoshaphat, and Joram, which we just read. And Joram begat Ozias. Now, I'm not sure if Ozias is Ahaziah. I'm not sure if that's the name. But when you hit this, there's like a bump in the road. Jotham, I'm not sure if that's the son of Ahaziah, who was spared by his sister Joash is that. I've done lost it. Jotham, and then there's Jotham begat Achaz, and so we'll have to see if Jotham, but he was just a little kid, I know, this Jehoram, which in 2 Kings, when he's mentioned there, they use two different names for him, just to make it even more confusing. I don't say they, because it's consistent with Hebrew and English, two different forms of the name. So we go to 2 Kings 8, and also in 11. But the point is here, there's a lot to be learned here. God doesn't make this stuff cut and dry, even with the way he orders the kings to be written, the way it jumps back and forth between the kings of Israel and the kings of Judah. Chronicles seems to follow along more with the Judah. So it's not quite like, you know, in the 12th, the 4 and 20th year of, you know, which I don't think any king went that long, but in the 12th year of somebody or another for king of Israel began such and so to reign over Judah, and he reigned over Judah so many years, or began such and so to reign, and then he reigned over Judah so many years, and you're back and forth going, huh, what, huh? Well, here's another thing, and I'm just going to point this out, but I'm going to make more of a point in a later thoughts video. And for those of you on live stream, you can't see what I'm showing right now, but I'm talking about in chapter 22, verse 1. No, actually verse 2. 42 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign. All right, now, let me show you an immediate problem that you see. Well, for one thing, when you look at 2 Kings 8, and look, it says in the Bible, the trying of your faith worketh patience. And this all should cause you to just, you know, try your faith. Do you really believe God's word, or don't you? Look what it says here. 22 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. All right, once again, Ahaziah, 22. That's from 2 Kings 8. People will throw this at you, so you want to have an answer. Chapter 22 of 2 Chronicles. 40 and 2 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign. People, once again, will throw this at you. Let me show you immediately where there's a problem with him being 42. Look, his father, it says here at the end of chapter 21, 30 and 2 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 8 years. So he only lived to be 40 before he died. How could he have a son who started reigning in his 42nd year? That would mean that Jehoram would have had to have been negative 2 years old when his son was born. He's going, oh, that's a mistake. You know, that's what the versions seem to think, so they all seem to come together on changing this to 22, which is an error. Stick around for another thoughts video, and I'll show you one way that that's an error. I can't give you an absolute answer because the Lord hasn't revealed it to me yet, and I'm just going to be honest. But I will show you something from a Hebrew Bible in an upcoming thoughts video. But once again, there's a bump in the road big time here in this area of the Bible, and also in 2 Kings also. But one of the bumps in the road was Athaliah was his mother, and she actually reigned for a time. See, 2 Kings 11, sorry about the flicker. And Athaliah did reign over the land. All right, and for those of you on live stream, waving at you, hey, you're gonna have to watch Family Bible Time to see what I'm pointing out on my computer screen here. Sorry about discriminating, but I don't know how to work the webcam and my handheld at the same time. So there you go, you folks on YouTube, wherever I point it for YouTube.